I'm an adult now. Well, you know, work wise. Mentally, still a kid. At this point, was born a kid, grew up a kid, didn't quite grow up, stayed a kid, and now I don't know when I'm gonna die. I don't plan on dying anytime soon, but I'm pretty sure I'm never gonna grow up. So let's just stick with the I am now officially an adult when it comes to work because the training period of 9 weeks ended last Friday, and today was the first day of official real work as a normal employee. Went well, did my normal work, called people, everything was fine. It wasn't really a very eventful day, not much happened. It was just like, okay, this is the start of a new phase of not of my life, because given everything that's going on right now, starting work officially, which I've already been doing for the last 9 weeks, isn't really that big of a deal. But I guess, when you have stage 4 cancer and you don't know how long you're going to live, even if you plan on doing everything you can to survive, it kind of makes you not necessarily appreciate, but notice the small shifts, the endings, the beginnings, the changes, things like that. So I'm more aware of it because of that now, I guess. Then again, it's kind of ironic because today's the first day of official work, and I would say it's been my least productive day. Well, maybe second least productive day in all the last 9 weeks of working for this job. Because I remember once during the training, I was just like, it was during those 2 weeks where I didn't make a single sale, and I was just like really feeling not depressed, but demotivated, like completely demotivated. And I just had a day where I'm like, I don't want to work. I don't have a choice. I have to work because I'm getting paid for this, but I really don't want to work. And I spent okay, well, I was gonna say half a day. That would be an exaggeration, but I spent way more time wasting time on my phone than I should have, or at least that I normally would have. I realized that most people waste a lot of time at work. I'm not used to that, so to me, it felt like a lot of time. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, all that to say, today was probably this day where I was second worst productivity day. Simply because I didn't have time to cook my meals in advance as I normally do yesterday for the week. So for lunch, I kind of skipped lunch. I didn't have lunch because I didn't have time to prepare it. But I did start preparing the dinner that I would have all week. That way it would be ready for now because I couldn't wait until after I was done work because it has potatoes and potatoes need to be cooled down in order to not spike the glucose level in blood. So I couldn't just do them because then I'd have to wait like 3 hours for it to cool down. So I kind of had to do that. So I cooked them, well, I didn't peel them, but I cut them during lunch and I boiled them while I was working. And every like 15 minutes, I go check to make sure, like, okay, it's not overflowing, it's not burning, everything's fine. And then, around 2 o'clock, something like that, I kind of like took a quick unauthorized break because technically we have an hour of break during the entire day. So you can either do like 15-minute break, 30 minutes for lunch, 15-minute break, but I'm like, I prefer to do 1 hour for lunch. So, I took some time that I normally was supposed to be working to do the stuff that I had to do, which is fine because I've been working more than the normal 8 hours since the beginning. And, given the entire situation, I really don't feel bad. But it's just ironic how this is the first day of official work as an official, graduated adult employee, however you want to call that. And it's been one of my least productive days. It's just kind of ironic. But still, aside from that, I still did like 70 calls today, had a bunch of conversations, set up meetings for like the next few days, weeks, and months and stuff like that. So it wasn't unproductive by any means. It's just not as productive as it could have been. So that's pretty much it. There's not that much news aside from that. On Wednesday, I have my PET scan. Well, actually, no. So normally, when I go for treatment, I have three things to do. First is the blood, the Why I lost a word in English. I guess my brain is slightly tired, even though I didn't work that much today. Blood test. There we go. Simple word test. Blood test. Then an hour later, I have a meeting with my oncologist. Then, usually 3 hours after that, I have my treatment. But this week, there's also the PET scan. That way, we'll know, what's going on inside, if it's worse, if it's the same, if it's better. It's always good to have an update, unless it's worse. But the fact that I'm alive and I've been better, well, feeling better for the last month or so is a good sign. So I'd be surprised if it's worse. If it's the same, it's like, well, at least it's not worse. If it's better, awesome, it's better. So anyway, there's that. So I'm up to 4 now. And then I've been on a waiting list because one of the services offered by the one of the cancer foundations or whatever um, offers a service of counseling to speak with not a guidance counselor or anything like that or a career counselor, but a psychologist. And I'm like, why not? It's free, couldn't hurt. So I kind of put myself on the list, and then I was waiting, and then they called me. And the first meeting with the psychologist is, of course, on that same day. So I have 5 things to do that day. At 8:30, I have the meeting with the psychologist, and then at 9:30, I have the blood test, and then at 10:30, I meet my doctor, and then at 1 o'clock, I have no 1:30, yeah, 1:30, I have my treatment, and then at 3, I have my PET scan, and that takes like 3 hours or so. So basically, from 8:30 in the morning to 6 p.m. at night, I'm going to be in the hospital. It's going to be a pretty intense day. And then, of course, come back here after all that, drive here for like 2 hours. Well, no, okay. The way it works is on Tuesday after work, pack everything, prepare the food, shower, get my stuff ready, drive for 2 hours, spend the night at my friend's place, wake up early to go to the hospital. And this time, since I have 5 meetings, it's like, all right, I need to be there at 8:30. So from 8:30 till 6, I'm in the hospital, and then I come back. So I drive another 2 hours here, eat, rest maybe if I have a couple hours. If I'm lucky, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, and work again. So yeah, it's already usually pretty intense, but this week is like extra intense. So yeah, it's just that's my life. So that's been my update. Nothing fantastic, nothing horrible, just same old exhausting stage 4 cancer life.